welcome to match one for this vintage cube draft. Unfortunately, can't keep this. We have Max Emerald, Strip Mine, no white mana. Oh well, pretty good hand though. A lot of good 3-drops. We have one white mana, but we have land tax, so this is a keep. You have Oblivion Ring at the 3-drop spots, and we got Fiend Hunter, which I believe we'll put on the bottom, so we can hopefully draw into some more land. But we got 3 great 3-drops in a memory jar if the game goes long. And it looks like we're up against a ramp deck. I love ramp decks. I used to draft them all the time. I just don't think they're as good as they used to be, unfortunately, in this cube. So land tax. Now let's see if our opponent plays around the land tax. I mean, if he understands the power of it, he's got a creature that can tap for mana, so that's probably good enough at this point for him. But we'll see what he does. He plays a land, which gives us the opportunity to land tax. That's going to be very important because it's going to allow us to get another white. I'm a big proponent of usually just land taxing, even if I don't need the land, even if I'm going to discard cards. It's just that good. You can take 1, 2, or 3 planes when you land tax. I pretty much always take the 3 now. There are some exceptions to that. There are times I want to be careful not overthin my deck, but in this case, I'm just going to take the 3 planes. Once Magic Online lets me click on them, there we go. Make sure we got all 3 and done. Alright. It's weird, there's a little bit of a slowdown there whenever I use land tax. But anyway, so now we got our 2 planes, and we know we're going to have another drop for planes if we need it. We also got the port, so now we're in real good shape. We also drew Unexpectedly Absent, which can be good if he does ramp something big out. And I'm not real worried right now with what he's got on the board. I am going to have to discard a card. So just get rid of that extra planes there. And again, he's in great shape. I mean, I know he wants to ramp into his big stuff, but I think he really should chill on playing lands because the land tax is really just that good. We'll see what he does here, but he plays a land, and it's a good one. Guy's Cradle. So I guess I kind of understand him wanting to get that out. And so it looks like we're into a little bit of ramp reanimator here. Here comes a Buried Alive. So he's looking for something. Looks like he gets Craterhoof Behemoth, Woodfall Primus. So yeah, he's trying to get, and there you go, we get hit with a Craterhoof Behemoth just like that. Now, I feel like our opponent's probably rushing things a little bit. He probably should have held off on that play till he could put us away with the Behemoth. As it is, we end up taking 12 damage, going down to 8. And he doesn't really have a follow-up. Now, I don't know what is in his hand. He's got 2 cards. He may have another great creature. But anyway, we are going to land tax here. I'm going to try to kind of stabilize and get some board presence out here now. But again, I'm taking 3 planes, knowing I'll probably have to discard probably a couple of them. Also get the Parallax Wave, which is good if he continues to put threats down on the board. It will buy us a little time. I was reading Shallow Grave. I guess I couldn't believe he played it when he did. I think we got a lucky break there. He sent me a message. Oh, he meant to play the Primus. That's why he did that. Okay, well, that makes more sense. He just misclicked, it looks like. Yeah, the Primus would have been a much better play for him there. Could have got rid of the land tax or one of our lands. Land tax would probably be the best thing to get rid of. And we'd still take a good amount of damage, and he would still have his behemoth in the graveyard for later. So yeah, it must have just been a misclick. So we play the Boros Reckoner here. We're gonna have to discard something. Actually, get rid of the port here just because, I mean, it would be good against Cradle, but when you're playing against a ramp deck, at some point it just doesn't matter anymore. He's going to have all the land he needs. Locking him out of one land, even if it's Cradle, isn't going to be super great for us. So I just got rid of that. Maybe it would have been better to get rid of a plains, because at this point, like, how many plains do I need? The port at least has the ability to give me mana, but also having an extra ability even if I don't end up using it. So yeah, it probably would have been better just to toss the plains at that point, but no harm done. Not too big of a deal. Now you can untap that guy's Cradle, so he's got tons of mana now. The port would have slowed that engine down, but probably not enough for it to matter at this point. So Parallax Wave as a consideration here. I can get rid of one of his ramp guys, but really, is that doing a whole lot, I guess, is the question. But having that out can also help us if he ends up cheating out, say, that Woodfall Primus later. We have this to deal with it as well, so it's definitely a consideration for maybe playing a little bit longer defensive game. Another option is we could just try to beat down and play the Silverblade Paladin. But I'm going to attack with the Boros Reckoner here, see if he just takes the damage. I can give it first strike if need be, but I don't really need to. He's of course just going to take the damage. He doesn't want to lose any of his engine here, and then I'm just going to Parallax Wave and start taking that engine away and giving ourselves a little bit of long-term defense. Getting rid of that guy is okay. I mean, it's not great, but getting rid of the Arbor Elf is much bigger deal because it starts to slow down that mana engine for guys Cradle. And now we have this in play. If you pull something else big out, we're able to at least deal with it temporarily. Alright, so we draw plains. Getting close to be able to just put down Sun Titan. We also have Oblivion Ring if we want to deal with. There's really nothing I guess we can deal with. Nothing worth Oblivion Ringing at this point. Maybe there will be. But now I'm just going to start beating down. Silverblade Paladin is going to come in. Going to give the Reckoner double strike. So 3/3 double striker. Not a bad deal at this juncture in the game. And we'll just get in for some damage here. Starting to catch up slowly. He doesn't want to lose that keratin. So he's really planning on using some mana. It puts him down to 9. And so we got there. So I'm not sure. He had 6 cards in his hand, though. It's interesting. So I don't know if maybe he's just locked out on mana or what happened there. I mean, that misclick kind of hurt him. It could have really hurt him. So his win condition may have been the Behemoth. So alright, sideboarding. We know what he's doing now. I mean, Mana Tide's a thing, but he's got so much mana, it's probably not going to be very good for us unless we play it very early in the game. Really not a whole lot for us to change here that I can think of offhand. I don't think there's a reason to go more aggressive and try to put in the Lightning Helix or something like that. It's just not that important. Our creatures were able to hold their own, and he's going to play some small stuff, and he's going to play that's not much of a threat, but just helps him with ramp. He's going to play some big stuff. The big stuff's what we got to worry about. So taking out things that we have, I want to feel great about. You don't want to switch out, say, an Oblivion Ring for a Lightning Helix or something like that. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we have here for game 2. Alright, so there's game 2. Strip Mine and 3 planes along with Real powerful spells here with Special Procession, Boros Reckoner, and Council's Judgment. Yeah, this is definitely a keep. So I really like this hand a lot. Got a strip mine to deal with, say, Gaia's Cradle or something like that. Council Judgment can deal with another mana producer. And a Wrath of God if things get out of hand. So we're really in a good spot right now. So start off a little slow. We didn't pull any of our boxes or anything, but that's fine. He gets a Signet on color. Kind of goes along with his plan, but I'm not super worried about that for a turn 2 play. Again, we're not going to be able to do anything this turn, but next turn we're going to really kind of start to be able to pull ahead here. Special Procession is just such a good play. It gives us a lot of little blockers in case he pulls any quick shenanigans on us with a big creature, as long as it's not Crater Hoof Behemoth with Trample. Also gives us the ability to start smashing in. Pull another land here, so we won't be missing a land drop, and we'll easily have 4 planes and still have the ability to play the Strip Mine if need be. That's perfect. Another card that didn't come around, I didn't see it all in the draft, was Lingering Souls, which would have been awesome. I'd definitely try to find a way to splash black for Lingering Souls. But this is good too, and this will do fine. Here comes the Entomb. He's playing the Entomb at the end of my turn. I mean, don't know what he has. He could have an Animate Dead or something, so this could be pretty devastating. Let's see what he does. It's the Woodfall Primus, okay. Assume he has a way to animate it. Yeah, that card is a little annoying. To try to put something on top of your graveyard, I'm sure Magic Online is probably not the easiest thing to do. Alright, so we do get Woodfall Primus, that's 6/6 Trampler, and he takes away one of our lands, which is okay. That's fine. We're not going to miss a land drop. Good news is it gets exiled after this, so we only just have to take the hit. So we go down to 14, that's fine. We have Port. It's also something that might become a thing at some point. So we got our 3 flyers, and we can smash in. We'll just go in, get 3 damage off the board. And now, I mean, I don't know if you want to Council's Judgment, perhaps. Between Council's Judgment and Strip Mine, we can really kind of mess with his mana base, slow him down quite a bit. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Judgment the Signet. It's going to take him off black mana at this point. And, you know, I could have put the Boros Reckoner down and just been more aggressive, but I think in the long run, if we're going to lose, it's going to be because he's going to play some sort of reanimation spell with black. We'll try to keep him off that the best we can. Now here comes Gaia's Cradle, which is another consideration. Now at this point it's just a forest, but it can really become devastating as we go. He's going to attack in for 1, get me down to 13. Rather see that than him playing anything big. Memory Jar, okay. Not the best draw here considering the status of the board, but that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and strip mine that Cradle before it becomes a problem. And keeps him down to 3 mana basically at this point. And if he's a ramp deck trying to reanimate and he has 3 mana and they're all green, that puts us in a really good spot considering we have 3/1/1 flyers pounding in every turn. If things go wrong, we still have Wrath of God, and now I'm going to be able to play Boros Reckoner. So this is starting to really go our way. if I want to be real mean, next turn I could play port, but yeah, he went ahead and conceded at that point. So, hey, thanks for watching game 1. We'll be back in the next video with match 2.